We are delighted to present to you the ninth part of our ongoing series on St. John of the Cross's One Dark Night of the Soul. Thank you for joining us once again as we delve deeper into this timeless spiritual classic. First stanza from One Dark Night. A treatise on the night of the senses. One dark night, fired with love's urgent longings. Ah, the sheer grace! I went out unseen, my house being now all stilled. Excerpt from One Dark Night, Chapter 2, Paragraph 6. The number of these imperfections is serious in some people and causes them a good deal of harm. Some have fewer, some have more, and yet others have little more than the first movements toward them. But there are scarcely any beginners who at the time of their initial fervor do not fall victim to some of these imperfections. But souls who are advancing in perfection at this time act in an entirely different manner and with a different quality of spirit. They receive great benefit from their humility, by which they not only place little importance on their deeds, but also take very little self-satisfaction from them. They think everyone else is far better than they are, and usually possess a holy envy of them and would like to emulate their service of God, since they are truly humble. Their growing fervor and the increased number of their good deeds and the gratification they receive from them only cause them to become more aware of their debt to God and the inadequacy of their service to Him. And thus the more they do, the less satisfaction they derive from it. Their charity and love makes them want to do so much for God that what they actually do accomplish seems as nothing. This loving solicitude goads them, preoccupies them, and absorbs them to such an extent that they never notice what others do or do not accomplish. But if they should, they then think, as I say, that everyone is better than they. They think they themselves are insignificant, and want others to think this also and to belittle and slight their deeds. Moreover, even though others do praise and value their works, these souls are unable to believe them. Such praises seem strange to them. Exegesis of this passage. This passage is describing the differences between two types of people in their spiritual journey. The first group of people, referred to as imperfect, is characterized by various spiritual vices such as pride, envy, and a desire for recognition and praise. They approach confession in a way that excuses their sins rather than confessing them, and they strive for personal peace rather than for a relationship with God. These individuals often have many spiritual imperfections that hinder their growth and cause them harm. The second group of people, referred to as advancing in perfection, have a different quality of spirit. They are characterized by humility and a low estimation of their own deeds. They have a great love for God and are constantly striving to serve Him better, but this only increases their awareness of their own inadequacy. They are preoccupied with their love for God and do not pay attention to what others are doing. They do not take pleasure in praise or recognition, and such praise seems strange to them. This group of people is seen as being on a much better spiritual path than the first group. Thank you for tuning into Servant of the Lord, our channel dedicated to exploring the riches of the Christian faith. We appreciate your support and encourage you to engage with our content by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow for a brand new episode of this series, where we will continue to delve into the depths of God's Word and draw closer to Him. Thank you for being a part of our community, and may God bless you richly.